At the heart of every transaction, we find trust. But how do we maintain that trust in an increasingly digital world? How can we know who is on the side of the digital door before we let them in, be it a customer, a new employee, or even a family member acting on our behalf? Trust gives us the freedom online to sign, authenticate, and interact with someone we have never met in person. Signicat offers an industry-leading digital identity platform, a one-stop shop from compliant onboarding to reducing the risk of fraud, secure login, and electronic signing. Signicat provides digital identity solutions for the full customer journey. Now let's talk about Mobile ID. Our Mobile ID solution enables a super smooth authentication experience with conversion rates as high as 98%, with biometrics that come with industry-leading security. On the surface, we strive to make the user experience as easy as possible. But under the hood, our cutting-edge security measures are diligently at work, steadfastly guarding against unwelcome intruders. Now, let's take a look at how you can onboard, authenticate, and transact with our Mobile ID solution. To get started, your customers need to download the app. Our Mobile ID solution can be used in any industry. Imagine you are the West Springfield Bank and you want to offer Mobile ID to your customers. When your customers sign up to your app, we will create a digital identity with mobile authentication credentials. The customers can then use your app in all future authentications, authorizations, consents, and signature needs, including payments. With Mobile ID, your customers will experience frictionless authentication with biometrics and a high level of security without compromising the user experience. Your customer starts by setting up his device and creating his credentials so he can easily authenticate when he comes back to your services. Let us show you what is happening behind the scenes when your customer creates his Mobile ID user and credentials that he can use for all future authentications and authorizations. 1. First, our Mobile ID SDK generates an authentication key. We use a combination of 3 different factors when we generate the authentication keys. The device as a possession factor, combined with either biometrics as inherence factor or PIN as a knowledge factor. 2. The authentication key is sent through a secure end-to-end encrypted communication channel to our Mobile ID server, where the key is stored and used for future authentication and authorization. 3. The authentication key is not stored on the device. It is generated every time your user authenticates. It is therefore not possible to steal the authentication key from the device. Voila! Your customer has now activated Mobile ID. The only thing your customer had to do was select a PIN and approve the use of biometrics. We took care of the rest under the hood. Once your user has created his Mobile ID user and credentials, he can use it for all his authentication or authorization needs. When he performs an authentication or authorization operation, he will use biometrics in combination with the device. The Mobile ID SDK will use the factors and generate the authentication key. 2. The authentication key is used to sign a challenge, a random secret that the SDK receives from the Mobile ID server. The signed challenge is passed back to the Mobile ID server, where it's verified. If the challenge is signed with the correct key, the operation is approved. If the key is tampered with, it will be discovered and the authentication will fail. This is how an authentication works, simply put. You are performing what looks like a local biometric authentication, but in fact it is Mobile ID with unparalleled security, with its strong fraud prevention mechanisms. A Mobile ID authentication can be initiated in any channel, for example, a mobile app, a website, call center, the customer will always use your app to approve the operation, independent of where it was initiated. Our Mobile ID solution has layers of security, making sure to keep you, your customers, and their transaction secure. We utilize the trusted execution environment on the devices to prevent from usage of cloned devices. Our solutions support sending messages to our SDK over our secure channel. This can be used to inform the customer and the app what the transaction is about, for example, the payment details. It can also be used to send secrets after a successful authentication, for example, a new PIN code. This improves user experience, protects against man-in-the-middle attack, and it is required for PSD2 payment transactions. We validate the integrity of the application that is communicating with our service and verify that it is your app making the requests. We collect a set of risk attributes from the device. This can be used to flag transactions and prevent fraud. And on top, to add an extra layer of security, the app is shielded. This will protect against further malicious attacks on your customer's device and ensure all secrets are safeguarded by MobileID. MobileID is compliant with PSD2 and GDPR. This, combined with the excellent user experience and high level of security, can help you drive customer engagement. Thank you for watching.